Hey gang, this is Ryan Cozy from the chapel at Cross Point. I just wanted to give a brief update in regards to renovation and just kind of some of the stuff that's going on. It's been a busy couple of weeks for us, and so I apologize for not having a post up personally in terms of a video. But we've had some really cool stuff happening that I've tried to be posting about information about on the network site on the city. So a couple of things I want to just point out that are really exciting for us, some cool happenings. First off, we've got this weekend myself, Jason Malone, who's from Summit Upstate in Greenville, in addition to Dwight and Jordan Stinziano, who's in our neck of the woods up here in Syracuse. We're actually going to be spending some time together out in Los Angeles to be working with a church by the name of Orange County Pathways. They've recently done a missional behavior review that I'll be talking to them about, and some strategic planning along the way. But in addition to that, we're going to be talking with Pacific Point Church, which is John Blue's church as well, out in Southern California. I'm really excited about this time. I actually have never done anything like this with a group of 4 leaders with different skill sets bringing to the table where we could perhaps help these churches in terms of their renovation thinking and just some of the stuff that they're processing through. So I was really excited about that, and would ask for you to pray for us as it relates to this trip coming up this weekend. In addition to that, I wanted to ask you all to pray for Houston, Texas. Mitch Mayer and Chad Clarkson are a part of a renovation community down there, and there's just been some really cool things that have been going on. Mitch has been keeping me in the loop communicatively over the past couple of months, actually, in terms of their growth and development as a renovation community, and it's been really exciting. I believe Dwight's going to be visiting them in the month of May, which is really exciting. Looking forward to that. And maybe perhaps during some time in the next month or two, I'll be headed down there to talk strategy with them about the missional behavior options and stuff like that. But just wanted to ask you to pray for the renovation community that's in existence there that Mitch is helping to facilitate. In addition to that, up in our neck of the woods in a place called Scranton, Pennsylvania, probably most affectionately known for the show The Office, we actually had a chance to help facilitate in the launch of a renovation community with Steamtown Church, and with the help of also Dolph Lario, who's in the Philadelphia area but has been willing and will be continuing to help out in the Scranton area. But Steamtown Church with Dennis and Pete and a bunch of these guys that are affiliated with the church there. It's a church that we've helped to facilitate the planting of and spent a lot of time just in developing leadership cultivation and just strategy, what to think about it if you're planting a church. They've started a community in Scranton. We're excited about it. We're hoping for really cool things to happen down the road here. But just would ask for you to pray for Steamtown Church, to pray for the leadership of that church there, also to pray for Dennis, who is the lead pastor there, and also pray for Dolph as well, as he's one of our regional coordinators serving in that area for Renovation Network. In addition to that, just want to point out my hometown, Cleveland, Ohio. There's been some really cool developments there. I'm actually right now working through the missional behavior data for a church called The Rock, which is in Garfield Heights, Ohio. And I usually don't do this, but it was really something that I just wanted to celebrate. Their church has the highest conversion growth rate that we've seen thus far in the Renovation Network. And it's a number that's really exciting for us to share about. It's actually at just under 24%. That means that basically almost 24 out of every 100 people that are involved in that church have come to know Christ through an individual or through a ministry of that local church. And that's just been something that personally I'm very excited about, and I'm pumped for that church and wanted to celebrate that with them. But pray for Cleveland, also Destiny Church. I'll be meeting with them next month and going through their spiritual assessment behavior and missional behavior results. Looking forward to that as well. But God is just doing some cool stuff in Cleveland as well in the midst of the Indians' 7-game win streak, which is exciting. The last thing I'll say is we'll just ask for you to continue to pray for New York City and Long Island in particular as well. Just some neat things are developing there. Some cool relationships have been fostered over the last I'd say probably a couple of months. And there just continues to be some neat things that are going on there in the way of developing key relationships and just talking with churches about renovation type thinking, the outcomes of renovation, missional behavior, and quite frankly, just a really neat environment to try to think about what would it look like for a major world city like New York to start living out the outcomes in that sort of a culture. I just get really excited about that. Please pray for Jim Hines, who is kind of a foot person for us in New York City, in Roosevelt Island. In addition to that, pray for Brian McMillan at Centerpoint Church and his team there. Pray also for Robert Kelly in Beacon Church and his team there. They're actually going to be going through the survey here in this next month, and we'll start doing a little bit more work in New York City, which we're really excited about. Just wanted to give you a brief update. We'll leave it at that. But thanks so much, gang, for all that you're doing. I love having the opportunity to update you about some of the stuff that God's been doing in and through the network. And just excited to see about what God will continue to do in and through His church, and prayerfully through the thought process and the engagement, building the DNA of renovation thinking.